I'll never forget, I was 28 years old and the company was growing. We started getting into the multi-millions of dollars. And what that did is it created this scaling issue for me. And we went from having, 10 guys to basically 25 guys. And I would run into these issues where guys wouldn't show up for work. They would lie about their skill set. They would steal my tools, go to the pawn shop and sell them and quit. Quality was bad. And I found myself getting angry. I would blame those guys. I would say they're bad men. And, there's no good guys out there. These guys are trash and all these different things. I would get very angry about it because I just wanted a fair exchange relationship. I pay you this amount of money. You show up to work. You do your job. I never miss a payroll, and I work my ass off to continue to put work in front of you. And it was a very pivotal time because every time I hired the wrong guy, it hurt me deeply in my business. And that kind of lines up with some of the goals that I thought I was going to hit for 30. I actually had enough work to be a multimillionaire, but I couldn't find the guys that would not only show up to work, not only care, but actually follow the systems that I had put in place. And it dawned upon me, as angry as I was at those men, and as much as I wanted to blame them, that it would never serve me to blame them. They say the definition of insanity is when you do the same thing repeatedly expecting a different result. And so for me, I had to realize that if I didn't find a different way to find and hire men, then I would constantly be faced with that issue. And it also made me take on this massive accountability for any and everything that happened in the business. And it was like this thing. And I'd always believed in accountability, but I don't think I understood the amount of accountability that was going to be needed. I win the work, I find the men, I put the systems together, boom, it should work, but it didn't. And it's like that in business, man. You think you could do everything right, you did everything right, and it still doesn't work. But that's not your ticket to get off the train of being responsible for it. You still have to jump in the cockpit and operate everything, even when things break that are supposed to work. And so that's when I kind of had a breakthrough moment that nobody was coming to save me. Only I could fix this problem, and I had to fix it through doing something massively, massively different when it came to hiring men. And when it came to nurturing the relationship between me and my men. And so I made some massive changes that have made me a lot of money in the meantime. Winning the work, the marketing, hiring estimators, some of the right people, but the people in the field, the men that build America, that's a different breed of person, and it takes a different breed of strategy to find the kind of individual that's willing to do that at a high level. And those are the changes that I had to make myself, even though I thought I was doing everything right. And so it was this massive amount of accountability that I had to take on that I did not feel it was even fair that I had to take on. But what I had to mature into was understanding that no matter what happened, that I was ultimately responsible, good or bad. And I feel like that breakthrough at 28 was one of the most pivotal and important parts of my career and my life today. And so I'm very grateful for it. I remember asking God, why this business? And I don't think I truly knew the answer to that until the last few years. Going through that fire, having steel all over the country, mistakes being made, leaks in roofs, guys getting hurt, tools getting stolen, people not paying me. All of those things made me who I am today. But it was only that small little thing of not just accountability, but ultimate accountability. Even if you do something wrong, it's my fault. Taking on accountability in that way changed my life. It matured me in ways I cannot even begin to tell you. So when we talk about taking accountability, at surface level, it seems just like you're like, okay, I'm responsible for this. But no, it's much, much deeper than that. Not only am I responsible for me, I'm responsible for you and the shit that you're supposed to do that even I didn't think in the beginning was my responsibility. That's how deep it gets when you start to lead more than just a couple people. And it's not an easy pill to swallow. And for me, it was something that I had to do in order to be successful, particularly in the business I was in. And I didn't like it. But I think it made me who I am today in a lot of ways. So it was good.